Being an insider, before I bring in Joy on this, there's been a contest around the agents. Did you have them? Did you not have them? Has this been addressed internally, and what is the true position?
Thank you. And Mheshimiwa, my president's MP, needs to know this, that it is extremely dangerous for any candidate, particularly one who has confidence of winning like I had, to conduct an election and process that election without your opponent's agents. There is this consistent narrative that there was no Azimio agent in virtually all these places where some vote has turned out to be overwhelming for Kenya Kwanza candidates. And clearly from the delayed elections that have been conducted, which the Kenya Kwanza people agree were conducted above board, and most of them went the Azimio way. So this story that there were no agents is actually a fabrication of those who want to associate with the results that have been announced and that are being contested, because everywhere where Form 34A is signed, agents are supposed to append their signature. And where there is no signature of any Azimio agent, obviously, clearly, that signals a problem. And to answer what you asked Mheshimiwa first, and he did not give you an answer, where there is no candidate's agent in the polling station, there are three ways elections can be interfered with. One is by stuffing ballots on a box where the agent, like in this case, the Azimio agent was there. There is an allegation of stuffing of ballots, and that explains sometimes the discrepancy between the people who attended polling as recognized by the KIMS kit and the number of ballots that are in there. You and I know that IEBC initially said they have no register. The election was going to be purely technologically driven. But there are areas where some people have voted against some register, which again poses the question, who are these people and against what register and against what biometrics were they allowed to vote? So that is one area where an interference can be. As another one is a literary substitution of a ballot box. It can be substituted, and a different one which is already stuffed with ballots, replacing the one that was actually used. And that is why I say, in a situation where there is no agent of the competitor, whoever thinks they are winning in that area needs to be extremely careful to legitimize that win. Another area is where the votes are done correctly, but the Form 34A is interfered with. That while the number of voters in that polling station is 1,000, and about 400 have voted for Wajakoya, where there are no agents, the Wajakoya vote will be transferred and illegally posted against some preferred presidential candidate. And where, again, the victim presidential candidates have no agents, clearly there is an opportunity for abuse. And that is why when we are looking at the sample for 15 polling stations, we want to see an audit done as against the numbers appearing on Form 34A and the number of votes in the ballot box and who they were cast for. And you will quickly see a discrepancy that whereas candidate A has scored 400, they have been given 200 or 1, and the balance of their score is posted to another candidate. So there are very many areas of abuse where there are no agents, and that is why the requirement of there being agents of every candidate is very key. And you and I know that the polling officials, the IEBC officials, obviously in many instances don't take responsibility, because where certain irregularities of that nature have appeared in the past, it has not blown out. But this time round, and I really commend the 4 commissioners who spoke their mind and who have sworn affidavits on what they saw and what they think of this election. This is the first petition, presidential petition, where IEBC is giving us 2 different stories. And it may boil down to a petition of IEBC versus IEBC, so that we will get to know at the end of the day who from IEBC is actually telling the truth.
Yeah.